Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Did you know that 61% of Americans own stocks today? Now this is the highest percentage since 2008 per Gallup, but that still means millions of people are sitting on the sidelines and unsure of how to get started. Investing is how you turn money into long-term wealth. It's how you build financial security, retire comfortably, and even create generational wealth for your family. But let's be real, starting can feel overwhelming. Which investing platform should you use? How much do you actually need to get started? What's the safest way to invest as a beginner? If any of this sounds familiar, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear step-by-step roadmap to start investing with confidence. I am so happy to have you here with me today. Let's get started. Before you invest a single dollar, you need an investment account. Now, this is where your money will go before you buy stocks, ETFs, or other assets. Here are your main options. Now, you have robo-advisors like Wealthfront and Betterment. These are best for hands-off investors who want an automated portfolio. These platforms invest for you based on your goals and risk tolerance. They charge a small advisory fee, somewhere along the lines of a quarter percentage point per year, but handle everything automatically. Then you have your online brokers such as Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard, or even Robinhood. These are best for DIY investors who want to control their investments. These platforms offer stocks, ETFs, bonds, and more with low or no trading fees. And you also have a category of micro investing apps. These are things like Acorns, Stash, Public. These are best for beginners and those with small amounts of money who want to start investing without making big decisions. So, of all of these different categories, which one should you pick? If you want zero effort, then go with a robo-advisor like Wealthfront or Betterment. If you want to pick your own investments, use a brokerage like Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard. And if you have a few dollars to start, apps like Acorn can help you invest your spare change. And here's a pro tip for you. Choose a platform with zero commissions on stocks and ETFs to avoid unnecessary fees. A common myth is that you need thousands of dollars to start investing. The truth? You can start with as little as $5. Here's a simple rule of thumb for how much to invest. If you have extra savings, this is beyond your emergency fund, then invest whatever you can afford each month. Even if that's $50 or $100, just invest it. If you're new and nervous, start with that $5 or $10 per week just to build the habit. And if your employer offers a 401k match, contribute at least enough to get the full match because it's free money. Now, the earlier you start, the more compound growth works in your favor. So even those small amounts, even those $5 or $10, can grow into significant wealth over time. Once your account is set up and it's funded, the big question is, what should you actually invest in? As a beginner, the safest and easiest approach is diversification. Instead of trying to pick winning stocks, invest in a mix of assets. You can invest in index funds and ETFs, and these are best for beginners. You can think of these as baskets of stocks that track the overall market. You have things like S&P 500 ETFs like VOO, SPY, or VTI. And these invest in 500 plus top companies all at once. They have low fees, they're naturally diversified, and historically have strong returns. Something else that you can do to balance your portfolio is having bonds and fixed income vehicles within your mix. These are lower risk and so have lower returns, but they're steady returns, and they help to balance out your portfolio and reduce risk. You have things like the BND, which is a total bond market ETF. You also have treasury bonds, which could be a consideration for you. Another thing that you might want to include in your portfolio are individual stocks. Now, these are higher risk and as a result have higher reward. But if you want to invest in companies like Apple, Tesla, or Microsoft, then you can buy these as individual stocks. And while they are riskier than ETFs, the yield can make it worthwhile if chosen wisely. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is waiting for the perfect time to invest. But the truth is that if the perfect time does exist, the time will always be now. Now, here are a couple of different approaches that you can take. If you have a sizable amount of money put away that you want to use as a starting of your investment journey, then make a lump sum investment into the diversified portfolio you determine in step three. Now, this is a sound decision historically, as even though there have been short term periods of decline, the stock market has overall generated steady returns over the long term. Now, if you like to take a more conservative approach, you might consider dollar cost averaging. So instead of investing everything at once, you invest a fixed amount on a schedule of your choosing, let's say weekly, biweekly, or even monthly. Now, this reduces risk because you're buying at different price points and averaging your investment across the highs and the lows. This method does have the potential for uninvested funds to miss out on growth opportunities, but it is still a good balance for those who may be hesitant with investing all at once. Now, to assist you with this, you may want to use platforms that allow for automatic deposits, making investing completely hands off. So you can set up an automatic investment of 25, 50, $100 per month, or whatever you have available that you would like to invest, so you don't even have to think about it. Before you start investing, I want to make sure that you watch out for these beginner pitfalls. At the top of the list is not investing at all. This may be the worst thing that you can do as a new beginner is not beginning. And the longer that you wait, the harder it is going to be to catch up. And you're also missing out on a huge opportunity of compound growth over many years the longer that you decide to wait. Another is chasing hot stocks or trends. It may be very tempting to dive into a speculative or a highly volatile investment vehicle, but there are huge risks that are associated with that. So you want to be very careful in getting into these things without doing your own research and making sure that it aligns with your risk tolerance for whatever that investment happens to be. Another thing to consider is the impact of fees on your profitability as an investor. Make sure that you do not ignore fees. Always check for hidden management fees, trading fees, or other miscellaneous fees and expenses that can eat into your profits for your portfolio. You also want to make sure that you are investing with a plan. Make sure not to invest without a plan. Make sure that you're always clear of your goals, be they retirement or home buying, financial freedom, and make sure that your portfolio accurately reflects your goals and your vision for your investments. And make sure, of course, always to stay consistent. Be more long term focused, and you'll find success as an investor. And that's going to do it for today's video. Investing doesn't have to be hard or difficult to understand. There are very simple ways for you to get started and accelerate your path to financial independence. You can start small, make sure you define your plan, and stay consistent. These are amongst the key components to your success with investing. I want to thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on a future video. This also helps to make sure others can benefit from the information that's being shared here. If you have any questions or if you want to share anything about your own personal investment journey, then please feel free to leave a comment below. And as always, I want to encourage you to dream big, live well, and do great things. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.